welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for watching. I am back with a fun video, inspired, and really the idea came from one of you guys. I'm going to be testing out the MAC face and body using two different methods to apply it. So one method I'm going to do on one side is my hands, and that is pretty much my go-to technique. That's what makeup artists recommend. That's what MAC recommends. And that's because this formula really kind of depends on your hands, the pressure and the warmth of your hands to set down. And that's what gives it just this like amazing coverage. I wouldn't say like a lot of coverage, but skin-like coverage, and makes it kind of unique amongst other foundations. And then I'm going to be applying it with a brush on the other side of my face. And this video kind of was inspired in one of the comments from my other video, which I will link above, which was testing out MAC face and body versus Glossier Skin Perfecting Tint. And I used the brush with the Glossier, whereas I used my hands with the MAC. But this time I'm going to switch it up and try it just with MAC and see really what it does and how it performs. So let's just jump on in. Anybody else have a hard time putting makeup on with their hair down? I see other YouTubers doing it and I'm like, ugh. Like I would just have makeup in my hair, so it's out of my face. Alright, we're gonna just jump in. I'm gonna put, this is the shade N3 on my right side of my face with my hand. I'm just gonna start out with a little. Obviously, like I always say, you can go in with more. It's harder to take it off, so that's kind of my preferred method. Aha! I don't know if you could see that, and I'm not just slowing my hand down, but MAC face and body, the way it works is your hand, the pressure of your hand and the warmth of your hand really are what activate the makeup, the foundation to set, and you'll feel it. When you're using your hand, you'll start rubbing it in and it has a thin consistency, kind of like slippy feel, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, and it'll start having more of a tug to it. And that is how you know that it's set. And that is kind of like the beauty of it. And that's why I always prefer my hand. So this is just a light application of the face and body with my hand. I may go in a little bit more, like my nose is always bright red. So let's just do that. Okay, so you can tell, I think, a pretty clear difference. It just cancels out a lot of the unevenness and redness in my skin, but it still looks like skin, and it has a glow. This is one of the reasons that I love it so much. And now we are going to go in with the IT Cosmetics. What is this? The Heavenly Luxe Bye Bye Foundation Brush, and I'm going to try it two different ways. I'm going to put some on the brush, and then I'm going to put some on my face, and we'll kind of see which one works better. I feel like I've actually gotten a little bit lighter coverage from the brush compared to with my hand. Now I'm going to go and just dab it on. Ah! I definitely think I prefer just putting it on the brush, and I don't think it's changed the application and kind of like how it looks. It's just a little easier personally. So yeah, and this brush is really dense. It's a great foundation brush, and you can dab it, you can pull it. It doesn't really streak. With some brushes, when they're not as dense, you're going to see brush strokes. I find like this one, it's pretty hard to make a mistake. So whatever method you want to do usually works. Okay, so that's the initial application. I've done one coat on this side and two over here. So I'm going to build it up just a little. I actually like this a lot. This is how I would wear it, just with one swipe of it. But since I did two over here, just trying to build it up, I'm going to do two over here. And I think that's my hair. I just got a haircut on Friday and today is Sunday, so I feel like all my hairs fall out after a haircut, which doesn't make any sense, right? I don't really prefer a lot of makeup, and I'm just trying to make it even just for the sake of this video and the comparison, but normally I don't think I would wear this much. I'm going all the way down my neck. Okay, so this is the initial application. I think it looks very similar. The big difference is touch. This one is like a semi-dry feel, whereas this side really feels wet. I'm wondering if I just do this now, if it'll set it. Yep, that's what it does. Okay, so guys, we're back, and I finished up. I just did a little bit of makeup, nothing crazy, but I wanted to let you know that I was pleasantly surprised by this brush application. I think the big thing is that if you want to use the brush, you can absolutely. It goes on just the same. You can build it up. The beauty of MAC Face and Body is that you really can build it up as much coverage as you want or as little, and it really does look like skin. This does the same thing. I didn't find it to be streaky. I didn't find it to have any weird like build up anywhere, but I did think that it did not set down like it does with your hands. So what I did, I let it sit for a while, 5 minutes or so, and when it was still kind of sticky, I went in then with my hands and just kind of rubbed it really quickly, and it set immediately. So if you want to do it with a brush, you can do it, and maybe it'll set down eventually on its own. But for me, it made more sense just to go in a little bit with my hands and just kind of finish that off and let it set. So now it's completely set, and I feel like it's not going anywhere. So it's a good lesson for you. It's a good lesson for me. I feel like this is a great tip to think about. But still, for me, I don't mind using my hands. And that's kind of the way that it was envisioned, and that's the best way. But again, the brush works, so it's good to know. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.